I'm going to show you the fifth and final match played. Neeb versus Showtime in semifinals, best of 5. Two Protoses with a result of 2-2, playing it all out on EastWatch LE map in 2018 WCS Leipzig tournament. This tournament has 3 group stages, playoffs, a $101,000 pool, and it's played offline. It's a European server, Legacy of the Void patch 4.1.4. Prize pool is as follows: first place $20,000, second place $10,000, third and fourth place $6,500. Notable participants. This list right here contains the most notable players. You can also move on to the player list here and take a look if there's a favorite player. Also, you can at all times stop the video or just go here and take a closer look yourself. As you can see, there are many teams that are representing these players, so certainly for professional StarCraft 2 players, teams are very much plenty to choose from. And here we go to the group stage 3, so that's the final group. Most of the players participating in this tournament are here, and you can see how they have played out against each other, how all of it worked out. And furthermore, here is the full bracket. I'm going to show you this match, Neeb versus Showtime. The last match on EastWatch map. Furthermore, there are some statistics for you, and you can take a look at the race statistics in the tournament, region statistics, country statistics, and map statistics right here. The tournament is 2018 Leipzig, that is part of a series that belonged to 2018 StarCraft 2 World Championship. Now, 2018 World Championship series has a global finals. These global finals are derived of 16 champions. These 16 champions are taken from these events right here, and they then compete against each other in a StarCraft 2 World Championship Series Global Finals for Champion of Champions title and a hell of a lot of money. Furthermore, there are 2018 WCS Global Events, IEM Season 12 World Championship, 2018 GSL versus the world, so that's pretty much Korea versus the world in Seoul. Furthermore, if you want to watch some of these castings, go to AndYouLeftTheGame YouTube channel. You can find the channel by typing AndYouLeftTheGame in the search bar, and you will end up finding 2 results or one of these results. If you see 2 results, click on AndYouLeftTheGame without blank space and move on to the playlists, popular uploads, created playlists. If for any reason you ended up with AndYouLeftTheGame with blank spaces in it, click on it, then take a look at featured channels and click on AndYouLeftTheGame. Then you'll be able to be in the channel just a couple of seconds away, and you'll be able to find whatever you want to watch in the playlists. Here's the visual breakdown of StarCraft World Championship Series. It consists of Korea GSL, 3 leagues, 2 super tournaments. The circuit consists of Leipzig, Austin, Valencia, Montreal. Challenger consists of 4 tournaments, $10,000 per circuit region. And there's also Global IEM Katowice with a massive $250,000 payout. There's GSL versus the World All-Star event, and most importantly, the Global Finals. 8 players from Korea versus 8 players from the circuit, champions in standings versus champions in standings, $500,000 payout. Now that we know the tournament, let's take a look at the players. The first player is Neeb. He's a Protoss player who made over $290,000 playing StarCraft 2. And he used to be a Terran player. In 2015 he decided to switch. I bet that's due to all those patches that came out and made him feel a much better Protoss player. Or maybe he just got bored playing Terran. I'm sure you can find that out in one of those interviews out there. Here's his achievements, Premier Tournament achievements. As you can see, in 2017 he was just absolutely amazing. He won many tournaments, many very high payouts. World Electronic Sports Games 2016, 3rd place gave him $50,000. Then there's major tournaments here, and minor tournaments, as well as Premier team leagues and championships. You can learn more about him by reading his interviews from over the years and just checking his pictures out. His opponent is another Protoss player. This match is Protoss versus Protoss, and he is Tobias Sieber. He made over $180,000 playing StarCraft. And he plays StarCraft for a very long time, at least from 2012. And his achievements, as you can see here, are incredible also. 2016 WCS Circuit Spring Circuit Championship gave him $35,000 in winnings. Premier Team Leagues right here, StarCraft 2 World Championship Series, and the gallery. Where you can find his pictures. Now that we know the players and the tournament, let's move on to the match and see this game from Showtime's perspective. It's the last game. If you didn't know, the current result is 2-2. This is a deciding game, and both players will try their hardest. Obviously, the stress may be really high. However, I have no doubts that these players are so experienced playing in the tournaments that they don't feel even a slightest itch playing this game right now. Protoss versus Protoss, which one is the best? Now, I do believe that these two players play a lot of games together against each other, and no doubts about it, they know each other, so they obviously are familiar with each other's styles by watching replays, and both are Protosses, so they know their own race inside out. They know all the strategies out there and counters to these strategies. So far we have seen them using the exact same Phoenix play strategy. We saw them using each other's strategies in different games out there, and this time we'll see if they're gonna go for anything new or if they're going to repeat themselves. Phoenix play has been very much dominating here, and that's how Protoss quite often opens himself with a Phoenix that's being sent to harass opponents' lines. We already see that there's the first probe here to scout. At the same time, Neeb's probe, if you can see in the left corner there, is also in Showtime's base. And they both know if they're going for any kind of cheese. So that's 2 minutes, and if, for example, some of these can see 4 or 5 gateways incoming, so they know it's super cheese and they have to be on a super defensive mode. It looks like they're going to increase their harassment efforts by simply placing a pylon in second base, and this will make sure that none of the players end up playing their second base really quickly on. In here we see that Showtime is able to build himself a second base a little bit earlier. However, that pylon is gonna go down by Neeb, no doubts about that. Let's take a look at the units right now, and we can see that both players are having a stalker, and they have chosen a secondary unit a little bit different. In here, that was a nice wall-off. This wall-off here is used quite often by Showtime. He builds himself that shield battery, and he later destroys it and loses 25%, and that's just 25 minerals on a shield battery that costs 100. Now we saw that Showtime has sent Illusional Phoenix, and he's going to have it for scouting purposes, but it looks like he wasn't sent there perfectly. He moved on the ramp, and there were troops on the ramp, which was a distinct possibility, and it just didn't work out that well. Furthermore, Showtime decides to go for a Stargate play, while we see that Neeb does not have a single Phoenix, which may as well mean he does not have a Stargate, and that's certainly confirmed. It looks like Neeb is not going to play Phoenix this time. He is not going to harass Showtime's lines. It looks like Neeb is going to go for a powerful ground army, and will leave Stargate play for the late game, where Protoss is able to build himself an extremely powerful fleet and engage. In here we see that Showtime has moved on to the third gold base to check out if it's mining. It looks like it wasn't mining just yet. However, there are stalkers all over the place, and if they blink correctly, they will deal extra damage. The stalkers continuously blinking forward. They can, with relative ease, do extra damage to Phoenix and Oracles that are trying to get away. Using blink, they can jump into opponent's base, not going through the ramp. Using blink, they can quickly move into a position from which they could shoot, and they can jump through minor obstacles. Now we see that Showtime will try to kill as many probes as possible here, and it looks like he has a nice look at this, and those two stalkers just can't really do that much damage. It looks like that was a nearly perfect kill here. 4 probes died. That's quite a lot, considering that none of the Phoenixes have died. Showtime has already 8 gateways, and this means it's going to be a massive army. This massive army will probably be in time warped in close Neeb's base. As you already know, most likely that War Prism is a unit that Protoss possesses that allows warpins anywhere on the map where War Prism is located. So Showtime can collect himself an army, move that army north, and using that War Prism land or warp in a lot of troops to the army that's already close to Neeb's base, and in this way strengthening its force and moving forward. Here we see the two adepts successfully moved into this natural, routing all those probes, and they were defeated, but not before they killed a few workers and denied mining time. Here is a clean attack. I mean, that was just a New Year's gift or Christmas gift for Showtime from Neeb, an undefended natural base. Few phoenixes showed up and successfully took out 7 probes. This was an absolute disaster for Neeb and a great success for Showtime. Furthermore, interestingly enough, both players have a very similar army compositions. Showtime's army is just stronger in terms of zealots, immortals, archons, but much weaker in terms of stalker count. Neeb in this game series has very much liked playing stalker games. However, these stalker games didn't work out that well. For him in the first game where he wanted to do the stalker cheese. It looks like that's an offensive right here incoming, and now Showtime has more zealots, more immortals, more archons, but a lot less stalkers. And it looks like those stalkers right there could be very much bogged down by all those zealots. However, this is going to be a very interesting engagement. Many zealots on both sides. Will stalkers prevail over archons and immortals that Showtime has more numerous forces of? We'll soon find out. Neeb knows about this attack, and let's see this. It looks like so far Showtime is winning. The zealots are dead on Neeb's side, and they're tanking damage while archons and immortals are shooting forward. More zealots have been warped in, and it looks like this will be the end, and Showtime has gained himself a victory in these semifinals, where he's going to the final to play against Cyril for $20,000 first place prize.